the covered one. The names in this true hoodoo tale has been changed for privacy reasons. In this true hoodoo tale, you never know the protection or the spirits that a person has over their life. Kayla and Jenna were two young, ambitious women working at a marketing firm in Atlanta. They had always been competitive but remained close until Tanisha joined the team. Tanisha, a young black woman with undeniable talent and an aura of confidence, quickly became the rising star. Her ideas were fresh, her work impeccable, and it wasn't long before the higher-ups began eyeing her for a big promotion. Kayla and Jenna couldn't stand the thought of Tanisha outshining them. Late one night, Kayla stumbled upon a mysterious website that described a ritual called a destiny swap, which claimed to allow someone to exchange their fate with another's. Excited by the possibility, she shared it with Jenna. Although Jenna was hesitant, she ultimately agreed, driven by the fear of being left behind. They gathered the necessary items: candles, a mirror, and a photo of Tanisha. They performed the ritual in Jenna's apartment, reciting the incantation without fully understanding its origins. Unbeknownst to them, the ritual called upon the powerful spirits from the unknown for fierce justice. As the final words of the incantation were spoken, a cold breeze swept through the room, extinguishing the candles. The mirror cracked, and both women felt a chill down their spines. But nothing else happened, and they assumed it was a sign that the ritual had worked. The next day, Tanisha arrived at work with the same energy and confidence as always, seemingly unaffected. But for Kayla and Jenna, things began to change. Their luck soured, and they started to notice small but unsettling occurrences. Objects moving on their own, shadows flickering just out of sight, and whispers that seemed to come from nowhere. Jenna was the first to crack. She began to lose sleep, tormented by nightmares of faceless figure shadows watching her, their presence growing stronger each night. Kayla tried to calm her down, insisting that they just needed to wait a little longer for the ritual to take full effect. But Jenna couldn't shake the feeling that something had gone terribly wrong. One evening, as the pressure mounted, Jenna snapped. She showed up at Kayla's apartment desperate and unhinged, convinced that Tanisha had somehow reversed the ritual and put a curse on them instead. Jenna's mind, fractured by fear and guilt, wasn't listening to Kayla. Suddenly, Jenna's demeanor changed. Her eyes glazed over and her body stiffened. It was as if something else had taken control. She grabbed a kitchen knife from the counter and lunged at Kayla. The attack was swift and brutal, but in that moment, it wasn't Jenna's hand holding the knife, it was the spirits exacting their justice. Jenna stood over her, the knife clutched in her hand, her eyes wide with terror as if she had just woken from a nightmare. She dropped the knife and backed away, muttering incoherently about the spirits and about how she couldn't stop them. The police arrived minutes later, and Jenna was arrested, charged with murder. Despite her claims of possession, no one believed her. The ritual was dismissed as the ramblings of a disturbed mind, and Jenna was sentenced to life in prison. Tanisha never practiced hoodoo, but she was covered by her grandmother, who does the Lord's work. Tanisha got the promotion, and Jenna got life in prison for her violent act on Kayla. Jenna will never forget what the lesson had taught her: that destiny cannot be stolen, and those who try will pay the ultimate price.